What's up with it, man? So I've been getting a lot of emails and comments about what happened with TK, and I honestly didn't know. I spoke to somebody who's been subscribed to this channel probably since day one. He kind of told me what's up. Spoke to him yesterday. Gotta leave his name out of here. So I searched around on the internet and I seen 1090 made a video on TK. Man. So on 1090's video, look, 1090 Jake, me and that dude don't get along. You know, we've had a little back and forth on YouTube. I don't make videos about the dude anymore. I really could care less. Because of that, his video was good. His video was good. And you're never ever going to hear me say that. His video was good. You know, because of the back and forth with 1090 Jake, I said something about TK a long time ago when I started this channel. And the dude, I never know he felt some type of way about it. If you go back in my catalog of videos, probably I've probably done like under 3 apology videos of the whole channel to people. So he and TK is one of them. How we fell out was the dumbest thing, because I think it's one of my very first videos. I said this dude has swastikas on his face, but he acts black. I was speaking the truth. I mean, does that make sense? But anyway, he felt some type of way about it. And I kept getting like comments. I kept getting comments from somebody that said Twisted Kid. And for me to see the comment, I automatically think it's a troll. And it was the same avatar that TK had. So I'm talking crap to the troll. Now, so we're having a back and forth. I don't know if it's TK. I don't know if it's a troll. So I threw something out there that only he could answer. He answered it. A few weeks go by. My Instagram, bing, 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 bing. All right, so I talk to him. We argue. And he's asking me certain questions. I'm giving him certain answers. And I give him 2 phone numbers. He calls the phone numbers. He hits me back up. We're not arguing anymore. We still correspond a little bit. And he tells me he's not in Florida, he tells me. He needs help and this and that. I talked to him, though, and we talked it out. He made his phone calls, and we talked it out. You know, I originally wanted to have Raven on for a Zoom thing to kind of bring some attention to this. But the problem with that is I tried my hardest to reach out to Raven, and I kept getting 0, 0, 0. And this is somebody that I got out before him. Since he's been out, he's always kept in contact with me. He's been on the channel multiple times. Multiple times. Check the playlist, whatever. Beginning subs, you remember. If you got a video in the member section. You know, they're in the same gang. And that was one of the phone numbers I shot TK. Raven went in. Can't get a hold of him. Finally, the girlfriend told me what was up. So I'll see him in a little bit. Anyway, when I called Raven, to tell him what was going on with the Instagram stuff and the whole story behind this and that. You know, I'm not going to speak for Raven. Let him speak for himself. Watch the videos. There's one in members, and there's quite a few in the playlist with dudes I didn't time with. But man, put me in an awkward spot, man. I never said anything on YouTube until now. But and I really thought about saying these next things I'm about to say. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna put it out there. So when I called Raven, I said, dude, could you believe this dude is mad? And we had our conversation. He's like, bro, that dude, he's like, you have his number. You know, I'm like, I could probably get it. He's like, man, get the number. I'm like, why? And then he tells me to play. Man, that dude, I don't know where they were. He was with one of his brothers, Unforgiven. And one of his brothers had beef with some Bloods. I don't know where they were, but man, they squared up, and TK took up for the Bloods. And he went against the grain and poked his own brother up on the streets. This is on the streets. This is what I got from... Man, them boys have a hit on it, man. He's green-lighted, man. And so I diffused it, man. I diffused it, right? Now, keep in mind, man, Raven was always like a little brother to me when I was in there. I tried to tell him not to join a gang, you know, not to join a gang. It's not what you want to do. It ain't cool. You don't want that jacket. And he never did when we were at the same camp together. Not only Raven, but I brought JD on multiple times. He comes in my lives. JD, when he was at another camp, he went through some things when we weren't in the same institution together, but he handled what he had to handle at the other institution, and they tried to give him a patch. He turned it down. And man, I don't know. This gang shit is not it's not where it's at. I don't want to put all that out there because I just didn't want to put it out there. But you know, it needs to be out there. I can put it out there because where TK went in, it'll be hard. It'll be hard for that to even happen. Okay? All the time I did, you know, I got since I was growing up, man, I've always been around some type of gang life with my friends involved since I was a jit. And man, I just never did it, man. Something always told me no. The problem is, man, when dudes go to prison, it's hard to say no. You can say no on the street. It's the streets. But when dudes go to prison, man, there's a lot of you see a lot of things inside a prison. Okay, a lot of things. You know, on the internet, man, you see these tough guys and this hoo-hoo rah-rah, man, and sometimes it's just comical, man, because they just don't know, man. They just never... Somebody who's just talking, man, you have to just laugh at, man. You can't... And people have not seen and been to places that other people have been. Talking all that craziness on the internet, is the same person who would be quiet as a mouse in a main institution. Trust me on that. But I grew up around this gang stuff. I never did it, man. When I went to prison myself, things happen, man, where you will see things happen in front of you. And it doesn't matter if you could hold your own, if you could stand on your 10, it doesn't matter. Because you will see all types of things. And you want to do your time and go home. That's it. Every man at the end of the day, no matter what they say, that's their goal. But when you could be minding your business, and you'll see incidents happen, people getting stabbed. But it's the times where, it's the very time where you see a stand-up dude who doesn't mess with nobody. He's not gang related. He's just paying his debt to society back. He'll stand up because somebody really disrespected him or did something dirty to him. He'll stand up, go to the wall, and pound the dude that disrespected him. But what comes next is not fair. He'll either get lined up, jumped, poked up. If he's winning the one-on-one and it's a gang member that disrespected him, if he's not affiliated, he don't stand a chance. That's the very instance where you really think about it. But I'm here to tell you that gang shit, man, is played, man. I've been around it my whole life, man. Here I'm talking about a dude who just got sentenced to 20 years. Who was in and affiliated with an organization. Who called me on some internet beef. Trying to throw his name around. And when he's asking me certain questions, I give him certain answers with question marks there. And he still is talking to me, and I just, all I do is give him a couple numbers, man. And his whole attitude changed. I could not help the dude where he was. I tried to, though. I even told him, man, because he came back humble. I even told him, listen, man, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put a video out there, man, if you feel that heavy. He was really mad that I said, because the dude has swastikas on his forehead. I mean, but he's doing rap songs. This is not a diss to him because he's in. I'm just explaining something. But when he came back different than the hoo-hoo rah-rah and the fight and this and crazy talk, he explained to me that how he grew up. And I don't know the man. I can only take his word for it. And I know he wasn't lying with the foster homes and all this other stuff. But, you know, what I said in the beginning was right, man. Everything I've said about 1090 Jake, I don't take it back. What I said about TK, I mean, I said it, and I did take it back, and I even did him a solid. But look what happened. There's a hit on him because he went against his own brother for Bloods. Put it together. I mean, 20 years is 20 years, but he'll be good out there. It's not going to get enforced because the reach is not like that. It's just not like that. Where he's doing time, it's not like that. Now Raven's in, but back to Raven. Since he's been on the channel and all of our personal phone calls, he's literally said, man, hey, this thing is not where it's at. I'm getting fed up. Some things I'm not going to say on YouTube, but he was coming to me for advice on how to pull out. I'm not gang related. I tried to tell him. You know, TK got an ass load of time. But what I want to tell everybody is it's because he's got a jacket. You get enhancements when you get gang related. The dumbest thing you can do is go to prison and get gang related. You're around law enforcement 24/7. You can call them correctional officers, but they are law enforcement. They have a gang sergeant. When you get released, your whole jacket goes to the county that you're going to. So the law enforcement agency at whatever county you're going to has to be a verified address, has your whole jacket. And what do you think they're gonna do when you get out when you get out of prison and go back to the county that you probably got sentenced out of? And if you weren't gang related when you went to prison, but now you're gang related coming out of prison, what do you think the law enforcement agency is gonna do? Come on, people. A lot of people watching this video are not gang related, been even close through what I'm talking about, but I have a mixed sub here, a mixed sub count, man. The thing that strikes me the best, worst, weirdest, craziest out of this whole thing is Raven wanted to get out of this thing. Okay? Multiple personal phone calls. Because for his own reasons. He was bouncing from job to job. I told him to stay with one job. He was making like 16, 17, but he was always on his ass. When I talked to TK, he was looking for help. I can't help him where he was. And I wouldn't have helped him now that I know what I know, especially what he just did 20 years for. But my point is, where is your organization helping you? You put all that work in for what? These dudes can't link you up with a job? And this dude did some slimeball shit. I don't like 1090 Jake. Anyone who knows the history of this channel knows that. But his facts are facts. He just yanked his paperwork and read it. This dude's killing kittens, man. Come on, bro. And chomo charges. Or not chomo charges, man. Sexual assault. However you want to call it. Man, this thing is played out, man. And I don't know, man, if this video could reach anybody. That shit is overrated and stupid. You get used, abused, and it leads to nothing. It can do you nothing. I mean, but prison. You know, even though I agree with what 1090 said, the only thing he did not tell everybody is that he deleted TK's YouTube channel. He forgot to mention that part. He was running TK's channel. And they were not cool like that. I don't have 600,000 followers. But I know a few of that dude's brothers. Personally. You know, I'm not gang related. The rest of them are. I was just smart enough, man. You know, you don't need, man, not only do you not need a gang, man, you don't need friends that are going to bring you down like that. Man, I started this channel in the prison genre, yes. But the prison genre, man, if you look at it, I try to get out of it, man, because when you get out of prison, you got to move forward. If you ain't moving forward, then you're moving backwards, man. And, man, this one here was kind of tough to do. I always give it to you raw, so respect it for what it's worth, man. Until the next one.